Good morning, sports fans, and welcome to another edition of the First Family of Vegas show. It's a daily free pick winner show. That's right, guys. The First Family of Vegas show is coming to you every weekday on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook, joined by some of the world's best documented, my favorite word in the business, documented handicappers, and some of the world's biggest sports bettors. It's brought to you by the best website in the business, your one-stop sports betting shop, SportsMemo. Guys, we're going to be releasing a ton, and I mean a ton, of free pick winners, great betting insights, and have a few laughs too. So join us each day so we can improve your bankroll. We've got a great show for you today with a panel of very, very, very special guests, all documented winners in this business over at SportsMemo. Let's bring them on. This is not a dating site. This is a sports betting show. This is a good-looking panel. Dan Kaiser, Stevie Seagrave, and Wes Sniper Wes. I want to say good morning to everybody. Dan, good morning. How are you?
Doing good. Another 2-0 day in hockey yesterday, so everything's looking up.
Is that kind of like me picking winners in baseball because you are Canadian, right?
I'm supposed to go over to England at the end of November to celebrate my 60th birthday, and my friend that lives over there says when I come over, I need to be Canadian because we're not well-liked over there at the moment, us Americans.
Americans aren't well-liked?
No.
Everybody, listen, it's the same thing when people say, oh, you're Sicilian. Guys, They hate us because they want to be us. That's all. Same as, I'm sorry, Steve, but being a Yankee fan, people either love you or love to hate you. Okay, that's all I want to tell you. When you're the best, guys, people got to take pot shots at you. All right, Dan, good morning. And Dan did make before we come into the show, we chit chat a bit, and even after we get off the air, we chit chat for a while, guys, in the room like this. Dan made he had a point, and we're going to get to that a little bit later during the show. But Dan, put a pin in that. I want to get back around. I want to say hello to my good buddy, Steve Seagrave. Good morning, Steve.
Good morning. How you doing today, Joe? Looking forward to good.
I'm glad you're here. I always look forward to you being here. We had a little joke already. It's the first week of the season, and unlike Jesse Schul, who will never pay me the money, the dinner that I won from him a few years ago, I know that if I lost, I'd pay Steve right away. And if Steve lost, he's going to pay me right away. But we've got a dinner bet going between the Yankees and Red Sox. It's the first week of the season. I'm going to give you a hard time, but that doesn't mean that's like being the smartest person in special ed class the first week of the season. You know what I'm saying? Oh, my kid got an A. Yeah, he's in special ed. Anyway, my good buddy Sniper West, how are you today, buddy?
I'm doing good. You're talking about the Yankees, and everyone loves to hate the Yankees, but, everyone loves to hate my Dodgers, too, and they just keep winning. In fact, they've covered every single run line so far this year. The poor Braves, man, the Braves can't win a game. They're 0-5, and, they got to play the Dodgers 2 more times this week, so it's not looking good for them. But I know how you feel, Joe, being a winner. It's hard being a winner sometimes, isn't it?
Let me tell you, so try being one of the best in this industry for 25 years. I'm like a figurehead, Wes, on social media. Every time somebody puts a post up and say, Joe won this, Joe won that, Joe's got a special, Joe's doing this, and then say, oh, that guy sucks. I'm better than him. Put your money up, guys. That's all you got to do. Trophy case, Yankees, 27 times. That's all I got to say. Guys, we're going to get into that Dodger Brave thing in a second. I want to start the show like I start every show. Good morning, Dionne. Oh, she's not here. She's taking the day off, guys. She needs a day off. Apparently, the kid is too much for her. Anyway, no, she's taking the day off. She's taking care of some behind-the-scenes stuff for us, and I appreciate you. And she will be back tomorrow. We love you, Dee, and we miss you. My friends, a little bit of fluff. The First Family Show is on its own YouTube channel. Subscribe now, like it, ring that bell so you don't miss a single show. Secondly, and I want to go around the panel with a couple of quickies. If anybody wants to chime in, feel free. You know how, listen, I'll be 56 in a few months. I love a morning quickie. I want to do a couple of quickies. NCAA, she's laughing down the hole. NCAA basketball, big dance, 4 number 1 seeds. Does it surprise anybody? And does anybody stand out for you right now? Don't tell me about the Final Four. That's going to take it all. Dan.
No, it's not surprising. All season long, these are the 4 best teams, and it doesn't surprise me.
All right, Steve.
Yeah, I'm not too surprised either. We kind of talked on the show last week about how we saw a lot of the number 1 seeds moving on to the Final Four, and but as a team that stands out to me, Duke's looking really head and shoulders above everyone else right now. I'm not sure they cover the spread against a great defensive team in Houston, but they look like they're going to be tough to beat right now.
Good stuff, Steve. By the way, if I'm not mistaken, I did not confirm. Don't quote me. If anybody out there wants to check it and chime in the questions or comments, that would be great. That during the Sweet 16 and Elite 8, every single favorite won. I didn't say covered, but won. So that's pretty strong this time of year to say that. I'll tell you what, Steve. I did my numbers. I wait for after a day or so the lines settle and subside. There are people out there in the business or even out there in our viewers that like to hit a line right as soon as it comes out. So they take advantage of maybe an offline or before the line moves. I get it. When you're in this business, for me personally, don't get me wrong, I'll move on a line early for me personally. But I know if I put on a line as this and I know it's going to move, let's say I don't know. Here's the Florida game at 2.5. Let's say we know they're going to get Florida money on it. It's going to close 3.5, 4, 4.5, and I put it out at 2, 2.5. They win by 3. I got it as a winner on the websites, but anybody who gets it later on the week is going to lose the game. I don't feel very comfortable with that. So I like to wait for the lines to kind of stabilize before I start looking at them so I can put something up on websites, guys. I will tell you this. My numbers, I did them today. All my numbers tell me take Houston. All my numbers tell me take Auburn plus the points. I think it's going to be 2 great games, I'll tell you that. I think this might be one of the most watched Final Fours in recent memory because we have 4 number 1 seeds, and I think these games are going to be very good games. Sniper West, what do you think about the 4 number 1 seeds?
It's definitely very chalky. It's been a chalky tournament, right? What's interesting is regarding Cooper Flagg. So obviously he's probably going to come out and he's going to go to whoever wins the ping pong ball lottery in the NBA. But regarding the NCAA Player of the Year, right? They don't call it the MVP. They call it the Player of the Year. You actually could not bet on him at the beginning of the season. And the reason why is because he was actually 17 years old. And I guess you're not allowed to bet on 17-year-old kids, right? So obviously he should be the Player of the Year. But I don't know, whoever he goes to, he's going to be an 18-year-old kid in a man's game, the NBA. So I'm curious to see how that goes. But he's definitely he's been the star of the show this year.
I do think some things are funny, and I'm going to tell you, I didn't want to get into the whole transfer portal now in college basketball. I don't want to get into it. What I do want to say is no matter how great you are, even at the collegiate level, if you're an NFL player, an MLB player, an NBA player at the collegiate NHL at the collegiate level, and you go up higher, no matter how talented you are, it takes several years to learn the game. Use NFL, for example. Great quarterback. Guys, every lineman in the NFL is over 300 pounds. Everybody, including linemen, can run a 4-something-40. Their speed, their strength, it's everybody. All right, you could, and I love when people say, well, a team like Ohio State or Alabama, who's always in the top 5, they could probably play the worst team in the NFL. Bull crap. The worst team in the NFL will take the national championship 42-0. The national champion 42-0. That's just how it is. All right. Same thing with basketball. Now you'll have these. It takes so long to learn the game. I mean, it is an anomaly when you got guys like Kevin Garnett, LeBron James. We could argue about him all day. He came out. He made an impact right away. When you got guys like Kobe, these are anomalies, guys. It is not an easy thing to do, even in college. I know we got guys. Understand that in college they don't all use wooden bats. You know that. Okay, changes the whole game. All right. Every pitch, I don't want to say most pitchers in the MLB can throw 90 plus or even high 90s now. Or if they can't, they got wicked off speed stuff. This changes everything. But you are right. He's going to have an impact right away. I think he has a bright future. The one thing I think I did like about LeBron James when he came out, maybe it was because they knew he was going to be a billionaire and have an impact on the game. He came out and said, at least for the first year or two, he used to bring an Xbox with him on the road and used to stay in the hotel room. A lot of players were getting in trouble, drugs, strip clubs, girls, harassment situations like that. I don't know if they kept it quiet. I'm not going to get into this. Or he just really did take an Xbox on the road. But it's a smart thing to do, especially when you're that age. Guys, when they start throwing money, girls, this, that, the other thing, It changes things. I mean, how many great players went to the pros from the collegiate level in all sports, and then they just, fun stuff. I did want to talk about something that Wes brought up. Right now, with just a handful of games in the MLB under our belts, there are only 2 undefeated teams, New York and LA, Wes. 3 winless teams, Minnesota, Milwaukee, and Atlanta. Surprisingly, Atlanta. You mentioned earlier they faced Los Angeles. Let me ask you this to our panel real quick. The due for factor, does that play into maybe today's game? Does Atlanta, are they due for a win? And are the Dodgers due for a loss? Is that something that maybe influences you when looking at that specific matchup? Wes, let's start with you.
Well, last night I actually took the over in the Dodgers-Braves game. It was sitting at 8. I was surprised it wasn't 8.5. But the reason why the Braves are just not scoring any runs, I think their last 3 or 4 games, it's been like 1 run, 0 runs, 0 runs. Like they've been shut out I think they scored 2 runs in their last 4 games. When an MLB team does that, they are due to bust out. They don't like that. It's an embarrassment to them. It's an embarrassment to the coaching staff, and they want to bust out. So I like the over again today. It's not a premium play, and I'm not going to release that as a free play, but I do like it because, yes, I do think that they are, quote unquote, due to explode offensively. One of these games are going to come out and score 7 runs, and the Dodgers are going to score theirs too. So I kind of like the over in that game tonight. Another thing I don't like to do, I don't like to lay the run line on the home team. I'm sure you guys know this because you might only get 8 at bats. So, and I was saying also, the Dodgers have covered every single run line, but it's just a rule I have for myself. I don't do it. You might only get 24 outs instead of 27. So I do like the over in that game. And yes, I do think the Braves are probably due to, have a big game offensively.
Steve, what about you? Due for factors, specifically in a matchup like Atlanta at the Dodgers today?
Well, I agree with Wes on avoiding those run lines for home teams. That's a no-no for me as well. I don't know so much about being due, but I mean, Chris Sale pitching for them today, that could help them out a lot. But man, this lineup is scuffling, and now we see Profar suspended. That really hurts this lineup a lot as well. And man, I don't know. I can't buy into them necessarily breaking out of it today, but it will happen. Obviously, what comes up must come down.
There you go, Dan.
Well, first, actually, there's 3 undefeated teams. San Diego's undefeated also.
Oh, that's right.
You're at 5-0. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Something I've used it before. All these teams hasn't scored or hasn't broken out. They're angry. They're gonna, come out. Well, why haven't they been angry the first 4 games? No, but yeah. So here's the thing. The only reason why I think the Braves could break out today is they're facing May, who hasn't pitched in a while. So I don't know what you're going to get out of him. And then, as Steve said, the Dodgers are going against Chris Sale. So this would be the chance, for the Braves. They got the pitching matchup in their favor in this one. So yeah, this would be a chance for the Braves to pick up a win. But I still like the Dodgers.
Good stuff.
I thought it wasn't Dustin May. I thought it was Carrot Top on the mound.
Either.
By the way, Wes, Scott Carrot Top is a good buddy of mine. I was going to see if you wanted to come see a show one night with us. He hits me up every week to see if I want to come see a show. I'll take you down to go see him. We'll go. Best green room in Vegas he has. And there are bottles of Crown Royal everywhere, not just a few places. You can't take a step without bumping into a Crown Royal. Best green room in Vegas. That's all I want to say. Best dressing room in Vegas. Couple of quickies. We want to welcome Vegas Consensus Picks and Big Daddy Abby, who is on the site. He'll be on the show, I believe, tomorrow. I'm still trying to get VCP on the show. I think they had a winning night last night. They hit me up again today. I'm trying to get them on the show, guys. Having said all that, there's a couple of discounts I want to tell you about. The first is scrolling across the bottom of your screen. Any First Family Show capper, 7 days, all sports, just $49. Use code. It'll be scrolling the entire show, day 7 upon checkout. You'll get that discount. This is a great way to check out any of the cappers you're not familiar with, or really get a couple of cappers. Maybe one you don't know at all, and take advantages, because this is a steal of a deal. Your second one is, I like this one. This is a welcome to new cappers. It's meet the new cappers over at SportsMemo. We've got a bunch of new cappers. We've got VCP, Vegas Consensus Picks, Abby, a.k.a. Big Daddy, CBI, Sean, and Tom. It comes to just $5 a day. You get $34.99 for the week. This is a great way to familiarize yourself with the new cappers. And guys, wait, doesn't stop there. Guys, we got so much stuff going on. And today is, there's also an MLB discount. 7 days MLB picks, $49. This is a great way if you want to pick more than one of your favorite cappers. Follow them for a week. You'll follow them to the bank. No code necessary. But today is Tuesday, and you know what? Tuesdays ain't just for tacos anymore, thanks to Sports Memo. It's $5 Tuesday. I love $5 Tuesday. Many of your favorite cappers over at Sports Memo, and I do like tacos too, by the way. Many of your favorite cappers over at Sports Memo have posted plays already for just $5. Go over to Sports Memo. You can't beat this. This is why Sports Memo is unrivaled in this business, guys. Not only do they have the best collection of cappers anywhere on this planet, I mean, I got to tell you right now, any one of these cappers would be the best capper on any other website there is. But they also know that saving your money just as good as making your money. These discounts I'll be flashing around the whole show. Before we go out go around the panel, give out free plays for today's action. Everybody on the show's got something for today. Please, the floor is open. Comment, questions for a panel. Please, and go over to Sports Memo channel and subscribe on YouTube. Ring that bell, guys. Let's go right into some free play winners. He had a 2-0 night in NHL last night. He is the professor. Do it once, you're lucky. Do it twice, you're lucky. Do it for decades. There are very few in this business. Dan Kaiser is going to tell you what he's been doing. He's going to tell you what you can expect from him on the premium side. He's got a free play winner. Danny K, take it away.
Yeah, thanks, Joe. Yeah, it's been going on well recently. I think I'm number one in Sports Memo over the last 3 and 7 days. And in NHL, I'm number 2 over the last 3, 7, and 30 days. And I'm on a 12-2 run right now in the NHL. So, and I got a 4% play as my $5 Tuesday play on the ice. Free play, I'm looking at baseball, and I'm looking at your Yankees here, Joe. They're taking on the Arizona Diamondbacks. These two teams are expected to make the playoffs when the season is done. And, you know, Arizona, people are saying there could be the one team that can take care of the Dodgers this season. Right now, the Diamondbacks are 4th in the National League West with a 2-2 record. I think this is not – I didn't factor in last night. Well, the Yankees are 1st in the AL East. This is going to be could be the toughest game for the Yankees so far this season. They'll be facing Corbin Burns. He's making the first start for the D-backs after coming over from Baltimore. It's the best pitcher the Yankees faced this season. Last season, when he was with the Orioles, he went 15-9 overall, 2.92 ERA with a 1.10 WHIP. He faced the Yankees twice last season. He was 0-2, but in 11 innings, he gave up just 3 runs on 6 hits and struck out 15. The Yankees, again, this is one of those pitching matchup games, as we talked about earlier with the Braves and Dodgers. The Yankees are going with Will Warren. Did not pitch well last season. He went 0-3 with a 10.32 ERA and a 1.90 WHIP in 22.2 innings. That was in 6 games, 5 of them starts. But the Yankees have been hitting the cover off the ball, torpedo bats aside. And, Joe, I think Judge could hit with a stick ball bat. You know, he's just phenomenal. If it comes down to the bullpens, Arizona's 22nd in baseball with a 5.87 reliever ERA, while New York is 13th with a 2.92 bullpen ERA. As I said, this will be the toughest pitcher the Yankees face. If they don't get down early, they'll have this D-backs bullpen to take their shots at. So until somebody shows me they can shut down the Yankees, right now I'm not stepping in front of that train, so I'm taking the Yankees.
Danny Kaiser, the professors, take the Yankees. Guys, follow him on his free plays, but more importantly, follow him with his premium plays. You see his buzz link, sm.buzz/DK. Dan, tell everybody, I'll leave the panel on full. Tell everybody what you've got going on the premium side again.
Yeah, I've got my $5 play is in the NHL. I got another NHL play, and then I've got a 3-pack of baseball plays.
Good stuff by Dan, the Professor Kaiser. Go over and follow him after the show. You're going to follow him to the bank. By the way, Dan, I was waiting for you to talk about the whip again. I told you last time in Vegas, there's nothing I can do with all the connections I got. You got to pay extra for getting whipped. That's all I got to say about that. You got to pay extra. I told you that last time you were here. Okay, I can't help you with that whipping. Dan's one of the best in the business. Follow him. You're going to follow him to the bank. I want to talk about one of the new kids on the block at SportsMemo. Certainly not new to sports betting and not new to making people money that follow him, Sniper West. Sniper West and I have gotten to know each other quite well over the last couple of years because I kept hearing his name. I mean, in good circles as a respectable guy in the business who wins a lot. When he doesn't have a problem talking about the days that don't go his way, but he has a lot fewer of those and few and far between than the winning days. And that's what I like about Sniper West. We become friends, and I'm glad I get to share a panel with him. He's hit the ground running over at SportsMemo. He's going to tell you what you can expect from him on the premium side. He's going to tell you what he's been doing. He's got a free play winner for you. Wes, it's all you, buddy.
Well, I'm actually sitting here looking at the SportsMemo leaderboard here. And so I guess the last 7 days, I am 23-14-1, good for 62%. For plus $2,313. I still do have some work in front of me, though, if I'm going to catch Dan Kaiser, because he's on a roll. And that was no pun intended there either. But anyway, yeah, I'll go ahead and give you my free play here. I'm going to look in the NBA. I'm looking at the Bucks and the Suns here. So the Suns, they've lost 3 games in a row, and they're pretty much doing everything they can to not make the playoffs or, the play-in tournament for that matter. They are in the 11th seed currently. They are a game and a half behind the Sacramento Kings. It's really a shame, because they went and got Durant and Bradley Beal, and they have Devin Booker. But the problem is they have no depth behind them, right? They have no bench, and that's their downfall. They give up 116 points a game, but more importantly, they do not cover numbers. They are 29-45-1 against the spread this year, and they just don't seem motivated, Joe. I watch this team, time after time, night after night, and they look lethargic. They look like they don't care. And for a Kevin Durant team, that's very surprising to me because he has a lot of heart. Regarding Milwaukee, they're leaking oil too, though. They've lost 4 in a row. But one of those losses was to the Suns back on March 24th. So they do have revenge from that loss. And they really do want to turn things around. I love Giannis. He's got the heart of a champion, right? Obviously, there's no Dame Lillard. He is out for the year. But the Bucks, here's the thing with the Bucks. They're in the number 6 seed right now. They do not want to drop to the 7 seed. And why is that? Because then you're in the play-in tournament, and then you're at risk for quick elimination, right? So they have a lot of motivation to stay in that 6 seed. They have revenge from that loss to the Suns. They really want to turn things around. I just think they care more than the Phoenix Suns, to be honest with you. So I'm going to take the Bucks here. I'm going to lay the 6. The line is kind of all over the place. We were talking about that earlier, Joe. It's at 5.5 actually at some books now too. But for purposes of the video, I will lay 6 points with the Milwaukee Bucks.
Great stuff from Sniper West, guys. He's a winner. You will be too. Did you say 63% you're hitting?
Yeah, that's for the last 7 days. And also, too, UFC is still the star of the show. This last weekend, I went 3-2, but they were all plus money. And we're talking plus 140s, plus 160s. So I think I was plus another 1,200 to the good, which takes me to about plus 6,000 on the year. Wow. I believe my record would be 22-10 now. Still good for 70%. And for plus about 6,000 on the year.
Can't beat that, sports fans. Don't believe us? Go over to SportsMemo. Check out Sniper West's numbers because numbers don't lie. He's a winner. You will be too. He says take the Bucks tonight. He's going to stick around if you have any questions or comments for him. He's doing great work. I want to talk about the guy who's number 1 on the best website on the planet for 2025. He's humble. Now, I have my problems with him because he's a Boston Red Sox fan. But other than that, I am in awe of him. He's doing great work over at SportsMemo. Steve Seagrave, he does great breakdowns, great analyses. He's winning. He's the number 1 capper on the number 1 website in this business on the planet. He's going to tell you what he's been doing. He's going to tell you what you can expect from him on the premium side. He's got a free play winner. Steve, take it away.
Yeah, Joe, I just want to be honest. I have slipped to number 2 for 2025 just yesterday. I don't know who's ahead of me now for 2025, but overall, I slipped to number 2. But we're still cashing tickets. Number 1 in the NBA, closing in on 90 units now, coming off of a 5% cash ticket yesterday. And you mentioned today's $5 Tuesday, and I have a 4% NBA best bet locked and loaded for you guys. For my free pick today, we're going to be looking at Onyeka Okongwu to make a three-pointer. When we put this one in last night, it was minus 130. It's shot all the way up to negative 200 now. But what I think you can do here is split the bet between 1+ threes and 2+ threes at plus 150. Get you close to closer to an even line on this, because I think he could be good for 2+ tonight. He's hit 1+ now in 9 of his last 10, and his volume has been way up. He's had 3+ three-point attempts now as a center in 7 of his last 10 games. And now he's got a great matchup tonight, because really where he's gotten these three-pointers is on busted drop coverages. And Donovan Clingan plays one of the deepest drops in the NBA. And you can see that centers have feasted on the Blazers. They've hit the 6 most threes against Portland now over the last 30 games. So this is a great spot for Okongwu to continue staying hot from beyond the arc. And recently we've seen centers Sarr hit 3, Horford hit 2 just recently against Portland. So like I said, the 1+3 now is close to unplayable, but I think if you played half of your bet on that, half on the 2+ at 150, I think he hits 2+ tonight. So I think that this is still in play if you split your bet between the two.
Great stuff from Stevie Seagrave. Onyeka Okongwu, who, by the way, is a second cousin of mine. He said, take it. Great betting insights from Steve. He told you exactly how to play it. Follow him. You'll make money. More importantly, go over to SportsMemo after this show. You see his buzz link, sm.buzz/SS. You will follow Steve over to the bank. Number 1, 2025 in the NBA. Number 2 overall. And on this website, number 2 ain't that bad. Steve's going to stick around. If you got any questions or comments for him, this is a great betting insights as well, guys. Well, guys, I am excited. By the way, guys, I gave out a free pick on the show yesterday. I haven't lost too many free picks. I'm hitting like 65% on my free picks since we saw the show a few weeks back. I think I had a game that lost about 37-0 in baseball. No, I gave out Texas, and I'm the first one to say I thought the kid was going to come out and pitch well, the old Vanderbilt star, but apparently he got shelled. Having said all that, and I like to talk about my losers more than I talk about winners, guys. The losers are few and far between. They stick in my craw. I bet you can't remember every good date you went on in your life, but you remember every bad one. These losers, there's a lot less of them, so they really stick in my craw. They piss me off, to be honest with you. And that one, I said, shit. I gave everybody a really bad one, but I'm going to come back today with a nice free pick winner. But first, guys, I want you to know, last night, one in the NHL again. I believe I'm hitting over 70 or 75% in the NHL this season. I don't put up plays every single day. All I'm putting out is getting you paid. I did lose a heartbreaker with the St. Louis Cardinals last night. They were winning 2-0 and then 3-1. Then it went to the 10th inning. They lose 5-4. That's on me. I take full responsibility. I do want to tell you guys, number 2 overall capper in Sports Memo the last 30 days. Number 1 overall in NCAA basketball. Number 1 ain't bad. I'll tell you that, especially among this bunch. I do have a college basketball winner for you today. It's just $5 over on the. Oh, it's not $5, right? It's not $5. I'm sorry, I couldn't put up for $5. $15. It is my CBC, my college basketball crown first round money play for you. Go over, go get it, or more importantly, go grab one of these discounts. Follow me. I'm going to tell you right now, by tomorrow afternoon, I will have up my final 4 winners posted. I want to tell you about a free play tonight that almost hit as a premium play. I do like this game. You know, the CBC has some solid teams playing in it, sports fans. This is an interesting tournament. It really is. As a matter of fact, my wife and I will be attending the quarterfinals on Thursday at the MGM Grand Garden Arena here in Vegas. I want to talk about the matchup going off early today in the DePaul-Cincinnati contest. How do you gauge a game between the 10th best team in the Big East against the 13th best team in the Big 12? Gets you thinking. There's no question the Blue Demons struggled this season. Overall, 14-19. Meanwhile, the Bearcats, they finished a tad over 500, 18-15 overall. Neither team had a winning record against the spread either. This game, as I mentioned earlier, is being played here in Vegas. Neither squad travels very well. They don't have good away records, my friends. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you about which of these teams beat good teams this season. That would be a waste of time because neither really beat too many very good teams. Both possess 2 double-digit scores during the regular season, and neither are possessing any impressive numbers on offense at all. Their offensive numbers of these two teams, are absolutely atrocious. It's ugly. It's uglier than if Patrick Ewing and Larry Bird got together and had a love child. That kid would be ugly. Those are two ugly guys, I'm going to tell you right now. All right, but I will tell you, I feel the odds makers tend to overvalue Cincinnati. Now, they do have the 29th ranked defense in the nation, but they've only covered 2 of their last 6. And, folks, they're being overvalued here once again. Remember, this isn't about who wins. This is about who covers. And right now, DePaul is running hot for anyone who bets on them. They've covered their last 5 outings. Mind you, in those 5 contests, they went up against Creighton, Providence, Georgetown in their final game of the regular season, then again in their first game of the postseason, and then Creighton again most recently. They played 5 solid opponents. They've covered the number on all 5. They could play physical basketball as well, and I think that's going to be a headache for their opponent here. All right? They kept all of those games within the point spread. They were severely underestimated, and I believe they're being underestimated here once again. I'll take nearly double digits with the Blue Demons here, folks, and I'll take the sportsbooks money. Remember, tonight, I've got my CBC first-round money play. It's posted already. By tomorrow afternoon, I will have up my final 4 winners. Number 1, college basketball capper document the last 30 days. Number 2, overall sports medal the last 30 days. Guys, let me bring back my panel. This is a good look. I bet you a lot of people are coming on. They think this is a dating show. You know, we're going to get some bachelorette things going on here. Let me go around the horn, get some closing thoughts and comments. Then if you missed any of our free picks, we're going to run them down real quick in time for you to take advantage of them. And then we got a couple of discounts we're going to tell you about. We're going to get you out of here. Dan, any closing thoughts or comments for our viewers?
Yeah, to all the Pelicans fans and Zion Williamson fans out there, better luck next year. And yeah. Well, Joe, we had the discussion a week or so ago, and you said you still think he'll have a good career, and I said I don't think he will, and maybe you can get more than half a season out of him one of these years. But hey,
Dan, I didn't say what he'd have a good career in. Maybe he starts joining those hot dog eating contests. You never know.
Go. Okay,
between him and Luka Doncic, I still want to see them go at it. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Well.
All right, let me go around the horn. Steve, any closing thoughts or comments for our viewers, buddy?
Just one thing that I forgot to mention was that I actually have an exclusive offer on my page right now where you can get my entire MLB season for $500, and that's $100 off of the normal price. But then we're going to also throw in the rest of my NBA season right through the finals for only $1. Like I said, I'm number 1 in the NBA so far this season, and we're up 89 units in 2025. So I just forgot to mention that earlier. As far as closing comments, looking forward to another $5 Tuesday. Looking forward to kick off another profitable month. I've had 3 in a row to start 2025. So look, just keep the train rolling in April now.
So Steve, basically, I just want to understand, they're getting all of baseball for a nickel, and they're throwing in the rest of NBA, which would be, guys, April, May, and June. Is that correct, for $1?
Yep. So you get all of my MLB plus all of the NBA for $501.
Dionne, go get my gold card. I'm buying this package right now. Go get my card. I'm buying it. She still don't listen to me. I'm going to go buy that myself. That is the steal. I mean, the deal of the month you're going to get. How long is that going to be good for, Steve? I know that's not going to be open all that long, right? They should take advantage of it right away.
Yeah, I have it for the next week, maybe the next 2 weeks if they'll let me extend it, but at least for the next week.
Well, with your popularity and the way you've been winning, I'm sure they're going to let you extend it, because that is a great deal. And our viewers out there, go follow Steve. You can't, whether you bet $10 a game or 10,000, you will make money on that program. He is great. Sniper West, any closing thoughts or comments before we run down some free plays, talk about some discounts, and get on out of here?
Yeah, so it is $5 Tuesday, and I do have a 5% play up between the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Denver Nuggets. You can go get that for $5. It is a 5-unit play, trying to start April 1st off quite well. Hey, Joe, did you hear, though? I hit a 16-team parlay this weekend. I think I forgot to tell you. 16 teams for $575,000. Did I tell you that? I forgot to tell you that, didn't I?
No, you did not. For $575,000?
Yeah, but it is April 1st, too, so I might be kidding.
Oh, there you go. I was about to tell you when we go out this week, you're taking me to dinner, but that's okay. All right. Guys, I want you to know parlays are fun. I'm more of an individual bet, guys. I know we're going to get some questions or comments about that. We always do. I know there are people out there that don't mind. I don't mind like a 2 or 3 team, a money line parlay if you're doing college football on a Saturday or college basketball on a Saturday, so to speak, where you have a lot to choose from and you see some opportunities that raise an eyebrow. But I'm not a parlay guy. I know we're going to get some questions or comments about that. It is April Fool's. Well, I tell people all through the year that I am 5'8". When I had hair, I could get away with 5'10". I can't get away with 5'8" anymore. So April Fool's, guys. Well, let me tell you guys about some discounts. Then we're going to run down free plays in order and just in time for you to take advantage of them. So our first free. I'm really tongue-tied today. All that coffee. Our first discount I want to tell you about is our first family show discount. It's scrolling across the bottom of your page. Any of our guests on the show all week, 7 days, all sports, any show capper, $49. You can't beat that. Use code DAY7. Then the new capper, meet and greet, so to speak, discount. This is for Vegas consensus picks. Abby, which is Big Daddy, CBI, Sean, or Tom, $5 a day, comes to $34.99 a week. A great way to familiarize yourself with these new cappers. What else we got? We have got the MLB discount. My goodness, I can't believe there's so many discounts here. 7 days, MLB picks, $49, no code necessary. There's a great way for you to take advantage of maybe more than one of your favorite cappers for $100. I mean, just get one for $49 is a steal. Getting 2 or 3 for $100 or $150, guys, it really is a smart way. This way, if they match up on a game, you know you can really fire on it. Then Taco Tuesday, guys. Tuesdays aren't just for tacos anymore, thanks to SportsMemo. $5 Tuesday. A lot of your favorite cappers have $5 plays. Wes, you have a $5 5% play today?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to, Dion, get me that gold card. I've been asking for 10 minutes. I want to get his package. Dan's on fire on the ice. Where's my gold card? I'm going to go take advantage of this. We're going to run down today's free plays, and then we are out of here. My good buddy, Dan Kaiser, what do you have for everybody today?
I've got Joe's Yankees, -110.
You mean the world champion New York Yankees? All righty, Sniper.
Yeah, what, 2000?
2009.
We've hit more. Listen, don't start with that Joe Carter stuff. What did Toronto have won? Well, how's the Montreal Expos doing? Anyway.
You remind me of Michigan fans, always living on in the past.
Yeah, but unfortunately, both them and Michigan State are playing golf this week. Now, Sniper West, what do you got for everybody today?
Hey, well, it's probably going to be the Montreal Rays pretty soon. We'll see what happens with that. I have the Milwaukee Bucks -6 over the Phoenix Suns.
Stevie Seagrave.
Okongwu to make a 3-pointer, but split that between 2+ 3-pointers at +150.
Love the betting insights, guys. And your sexy and savory host says too many points to give the DePaul Blue Demons. Take the points. They're almost 10 double digits, +9.5. It's a winner. We got all those discounts. Dion, the first lady of Las Vegas, will be back tomorrow. Tune in to all the First Family shows for a ton of free winners, some great betting insights, and a few laughs too. On behalf of Dan, Wes, Steve, and me, Joe D. Everybody out there, good luck and have a winning day.